Hello, everyone. This is Connor. Welcome back to a very special episode of Islanders New Shores. This is my 20th and final island in my first ever high score run. Now, today is July 8th, so it is still pre release of the actual game. I'm still quite uncontested on the leaderboard, but I'm sure that in time that will change. I will likely do at least one more full high score run in the future, utilizing some of the techniques I've learned from this one. But we are heading into this island with an increased area, and this island type is okay. It's certainly beautiful. I like the style, I like the colors. I'm gonna be curious to see what color the buildings are, but this episode might be a little bit different additionally because I'm gonna do some reflecting back on my high score experience so far, my thoughts about New Shores. Spoiler alert, I like the game quite a bit. I've already played like almost, I guess, over 100 hours if you count the demo time. And also, I've poured myself a little glass of wine to relax after a day of work. And I'll be playing, certainly intending to get a high score, certainly caring about the points that I get, but maybe a little bit less methodically than I have previously. I think today is mostly about the positive island vibes and getting as high of a score as I can without spending 5 or 6 hours on this island. I am going to be curious to see if I receive end of island points. I imagine that I will. I bet that was just sort of a demo situation. Um, but what are my thoughts about Islanders New Shores? Well, firstly, I really like the game. I mean, it's, I think, a worthy successor to Islanders 1 in terms of quality, in terms of the high level play experience. It's certainly a beautiful game. I think the new visuals are a big upgrade. A lot of the new music I quite like. There's a couple of the songs that get a bit intense, just sort of more up tempo than I was expecting from Islanders. But obviously, that's just personal preference. And the music itself is good and is consistent with the tone of the first game. In terms of downsides, I will say, and there was a comment on one of my demo YouTube videos that said something to this effect, but the demo was kind of nice in its limited scope. It was nice to be able to just play 3 islands, and if you still, took your time with them and really were effortful in getting a good score, it would still take you a while to play. It's not like 3 islands is nothing, but compared to the absolute behemoths that these islands become, it was much more manageable. I guess I should do a little bit of long-term strategizing. So obviously I've nailed out this is my green area. This is going to be my city. I can build off of all of these walls, which is lovely. So my lumber, I could try and segment this into 2 zones. I could just do lumber over here and then sauna through it into all these trees. I could do lumber like right here or right here, and then do parks and, I mean, geez, there's so many flowers here. I could probably do pretty good hermitages over here and then just do lumber on this slope. Let's try that. It's actually kind of an interesting idea. And this area is broad enough that as long as I don't, like, I'm not going to place a lumberjack in here, but out here still gives me a lot of good park space. We'll see if ultimately this ends up being a mistake, but I only discovered that I like splitting the lumberjacks from the greenery section because I experimented. And experimenting, especially earlier in the trajectory of a game, will improve my scores long term. It is tempting to take one like this far forward, and then maybe we don't go further than this. But yeah, let's not break that line. That seems reasonable. So the game's really good. If you enjoyed Islanders, I quite recommend it. I think it does take a long time. Once you get to the higher islands, they are just as, if not more, demanding as Islanders 1. And in fact, I would say strategically, they are much more demanding. I think that playing well in New Shores, look at that, cool, vertical detection benefit. playing well in New Shores is more difficult than playing well in the original Islanders. Now, obviously, I do think the game in general is easier. Like, I think if your goal is just completing a 20 island run, I think that will be done more easily. Wow, 3 city centers already. I will need to place 1 to get my points, unfortunately. So I was trying to maybe wait on Mason's, pardon, but that doesn't seem possible at this point. But yeah, if your goal is just completing 20 islands, I think it will be much easier. I think the experience of play is smoother moment to moment. You don't get in as many situations where, because like even to this day, I'm a pretty good Islanders 1 player, and there are still moments in some of the islands where I only have 2 or 3 buildings, and I'm like a little nervous about getting the points together, and then in the mid game, maybe I don't have any good places to place the buildings that I'm still holding, so think about maybe holding this for another sand pit, speaking of holding. So, all that to say, the original game, I think, had more potential failure points. I think it was easier to get in a bad situation, have a bad run of luck, and not be able to advance. And I think that is much less likely in this game, which is probably for the best. I mean, it's definitely a feel bad. Is that where I want that? Yeah, good enough. So thankfully they've removed a lot of those just feel bad experiences where you don't necessarily have a mistake you can point to. You can't say like, oh, I should have chosen a different building pack or whatever. You just kind of get a bad island and then some bad luck with your building unlocks, and that can be a run killer. Wow, a lot of city centers. Okay. So Mason first. And I'm tempted to just stay really close on the statue, because my temple is definitely going to be near the statue. So maybe here is fine. If nothing else, it's at least simple. And then I think I will just immediately tank one of these negative hits. I think that's going to be more than worth it in the long run. And then my other 2 will probably wait a while to place these 2, at least until I have some more score boosters for them. But now I can easily pad out my score with some of these really nice mansions that I have created. So the game overall is less punishing than the first one, which doesn't inherently mean that it's easier, but I think it does kind of play in that way. That is certainly not to say that it is not still extremely skill testing. Like I said, I think there are more opportunities for skill expression introduced by things like the Boons, introduced by the island system and how certain things carry over island to island. You just have more decisions, and although those decisions are not super complex on the face of them, I think they do introduce some really interesting creative space for exploration. Okay, maybe I go a little bit further this way. I mean, for a 22, this is also really cute. I bet I can find... I was hoping I could avoid tagging another of the lumberjacks, but honestly, this 22 is compelling. Yeah, I like that. And I could place one of these like here. I could go ahead and start around here. It just seems like holding that is going to be a better long-term play. Now, I think Boons are the biggest single change to the game, and overall my impression of Boons is really positive. I do think the amount of impact that random variance makes in your score has also increased. I think you have to get, not like previously in the first game, good island shape and good buildings meant a good score. In this game, it's like good island shape, good island offered to you, good buildings, good boons. There's a little bit more wrinkly complexity there that you need to be aware of if you're aiming for high scores. But I do think over the course of a 20 island run, a lot of that variance gets just completely averaged out. Like I think from one island to the next, there is going to be a lot of variation, but from one 20-island run to the next, probably not as much. There's going to be more instances where you're able to just average out the bad luck with equivalent good luck in return. Okay, thinking about the seaweed farm and that placement. So I could go over here for the purpose of boosting the city center. There's a lot of these little bays or maybe inlets, or I don't know what this would be technically. I mean, this might just be a river. I guess it's a sea or a strait because it separates this island. So this strait here would be a reasonable place to build seaweed on either side. And I'm inclined to lean in that direction. It's a little bit worse for these two city centers, but it's way better for the seaweed, which I think is a worthy trade. I'm gonna start on this edge and try and point towards the far shore over here, so I might be able to get some seaweed fields like this that tag a farm on either side. Not gonna place any of them yet, because I think it's just back to mansions, and maybe I do need to just go ahead and get that city center down. We'll get there. 1 second. So, lots of opportunities for skill expression, lots of complexity, but it never moment to moment feels like I don't understand how to make the decision to proceed. Even at my level of skill, even at my slowness of play, my commitment to finding every possible point, it's very rare to have a situation where I'm kind of completely stalled out. In my experience so far, I'm frequently able to at least find some defensible reason to play in some spot, some idea about which boon to use. There are thinking about where my houses should go relative to my docks, but this area just can't be docks. So the docks will have to maybe come off here. They could be around here, but I'm looking at fish. Really my only good fish are out here, and I think that's a lower impact than having the docks. Docks and harbors clustered around here, so my houses maybe could also trend in that direction. It's not a huge score impact either way, but worth thinking about. My statue is also starting to get somewhat buried, so it's going to be difficult for me to reach, but that does just happen. So, I mean, I guess there's only so much I can say about it. Ultimately, it's just a really good game. I definitely recommend New Shores, and although I certainly have bias in the favor of the game, I think I'm being objective when I say that there's just a lot to like here. It has much of the same calming beauty and ambiance of the first game. I would say it is much more aesthetic. If you go back and look at the first game relative to this, because I did play some of the first game again recently, still working on my PlayStation high score. If you go back to the first game, the difference is night and day in terms of the visual fidelity of the game, how sleek the UI elements are, how nice everything feels to look and play. They've really nailed the cozy game feel. I can tell that someone spent a lot of time tweaking all these animations and every little pop-up, and there's no good mill space on this island. I've been pondering. There's just no large, single, unbroken green area. I think this is actually the biggest one. I think this is a little larger than this area, for example. So in terms of just having all of my wheat fields linked to each other, this might be my best bet. Up here is similarly large, but I think it's a little bit smaller. And this is large enough that I can do multiple fields without them interrupting each other. Does that look like it'll fit to you? I guess more importantly, okay, I have a little bit more space on the outside, so let's do that. Okay, yeah, that'll definitely fit. Cool. Now I have a second sand pit. I'm gonna cluster them up. I could certainly get a higher score elsewhere, but I want to group my buildings as much as possible. Then I'm pretty close to this. I guess this might be a plateau spot that I don't want to bother with, but I don't want to disturb, I should say, not bother with. Can't be bothered to put a plateau here. I could also just plateau like here, though. I mean, I might get two. So let's be cautious not to block this area for a few more selection rounds. And in that case, let's do this, and then both the wheats, and that's not quite going to be enough. I guess let me also think about the vertical spacing here. Even with my accelerated pace of play, I'm going to do a little bit of considering stuff. This is cool that you can just clip completely into this wall here. I was not expecting that, but this wall is not solid. Interesting. I guess I should fully utilize the forward space. Weird. Probably correct, but weird. So I could play 2 seaweed fields, I could play 1 house, I could play my last city center. I guess let's just go house, and no jeweler on this island, right? I haven't seen precious metal anywhere. There's actually not very much in the way of jewelers in general. Like I definitely had them on 4 to 6 islands total across the run. Not very many. This is an interesting way of adding texture to the game. Okay, so I don't want to block this space, and there's also nothing great over here. Look at all these flowers. Like, I'm really tempted to just... I mean, yeah, this spot's going to be worth more if I get a blossom in the future, but 47 points now converts to a lot of score across the run of the island. And I'm going to do a little bit of double checking that 47 is my true highest possible score, but my heart says it is. Now I'm going to make a Boon tier list video, which will probably already be uploaded by the time you're seeing this, but long story short, I really, really think level up, score multiplier, duplicate and bargain, both of them for different reasons, but same function, and blossom are the highest tier of Boon. I quite like increased range as well. I mean, a bunch of the boons have powerful use cases. It's just there's a few of them, like the score multiplier, like the level up, that you can just pretty consistently get like over 300 points out of. And things like the shrink boon, I think you're going to have a really hard time getting 300 points. Maybe not impossible, but it's not a likely case. However, I do think that sort of slight wrinkle in that some of the boons are much more predictable is good and interesting for the gameplay experience, because to use shrink building as an example, there will be a use case where shrink building is worth 600 points, where like you have an incredible couple of buildings you can place, but you just can't quite fit them. And so shrink building getting you that ability, I have seen it add quite a few points to buildings already, and I haven't even been utilizing it optimally, I'm sure. Speaking of, I think I actually want the rerolls. I think this gives me enough control over my future boons, and I have nothing to shrink right now. Like I might see shrink again. Reroll is powerful. It doesn't do anything fundamentally, but I think it helps reduce the variance that I'm going to experience across all of my boons. I'm also, I think, getting close to plateau, so I need to be aware of that and not make placements which will disrupt that placement zone. The boons in general, I think, are quite well implemented. I think many of them are useful or interesting in every circumstance, and then there are some highly specialized ones that are just kind of like fun to find a use case for, or when they bail you out, it's really satisfying, things like that. There is the situation with cliff houses, and I'm at some point going to have to play an island or maybe a whole run like just focused on figuring out what I'm doing wrong with cliff houses, if I'm doing something wrong, if they're, is it me or is it them? Because I just can't use them well. I can't get good scores out of them, and they're so common that they fill so many of my building rewards whenever I have them unlocked. To disastrous impact. Oh, because my cursor is just barely on the verger label, I couldn't even place that after I spent so long finding it. Okay, so I could fisher as long as I place it where the city center is going to reach. So we need to figure out where the city center is going. Well, I mean, this is valuable. Not to the fisher, but probably to my city, and it's also just a good raw score. I could also just do kind of a speculative city center out here on the thought that my city might stretch this far, but as soon as I can, the city's going up the wall, so I might not even spread past like this line. This will have to go down before the plateau, so it's not lasting too much longer anyway. I guess... I mean, this is unplaceable, of course, but this does have some upsides. Like, yes, it is a 50-point difference from this good score over here. Yes, it won't help the plateau. But it is better for fishers and huts. It's better for markets. It's better for expanding my houses this direction, and then once they sort of spread to these houses, I can also do wall platform over these houses, and like a market right here will still detect all of this. I think it's still ultimately not better. I'm going to go with this, but I think there are rational, reasonable reasons that you might place a second one right here. No, I think I'm wrong. I'm going to go with the negative again. I think grouping up your city centers is wildly valuable, and I am only becoming more convinced of that position as I continue playing. I think the more that I play with grouped city centers, the more I see they elevate your score beyond what is achievable otherwise. And I can place this and then also get this 30, so that seems good. Do I want to do this one first, actually? Because this is so far out of the way. So not as much is going to detect it. I think that's reasonable. Just take that 30. So yeah, what I was saying though is wall houses, I just haven't solved them. I'm not 100% sure that there is a solve. Like, I'm not certain that there are use cases for them that I'm going to use them in long term. They may just be a building that I don't like. It's kind of how fields worked in the first game, that even on big islands, even late in the run, even after all of my experience, I just don't think fields are good. I think they're a bad building. Not bad design or anything, but bad for your overall score. They're bad for your soul, you know? But I think basically every other building, I have found a way to score it well, and I also am aware and enjoying that there may be other more, I don't want to say secretive, but harder to discover ways to score it well. So there's sort of a lot of potential still on the table for me to find cool strategies. Okay, 61. This is wild, trying to reach these. 63, very centrally. That is appealing. I am not getting every... Oh, there we go. This is the real quality pyre. So let me place it as far over as I can, so hopefully I get one more on this section of the ledge as well. Love to see new buildings in one, because I got so many points from the fountain, but still. Harbor good too. I think I can hold it if I'm not placing houses. And I don't think I'm placing houses yet, so I'll hold it. Now, what else might I have to say about the game? Well, I've already talked about the aesthetics some, but they really nailed the color palettes, how beautiful so many of the buildings are. I like all of the sort of upgraded building unlocks. That's a fun way to incentivize players who might otherwise just be like completely casual to try and get at least a little bit of a run going, a little bit of a score. Not that you have to enjoy the game in that way to be valid, but I think it is fun, and I think trying it at least once is cool. I guess let's just keep grouping these up. Like, my scores over here are officially abysmal, but this score is good. I don't want to block my plateau, so I can't place there as much as I would like to. Which is interesting, because that might actually be, well, I guess I place a 16 is good enough at this stage. Okay. Only one plateau, sadly, but I can do a clipped in 45. I can do this 43, which doesn't waste like any space at all. And I'm aware that I should place this mason first. Don't you worry. I guess I'm just going to keep clustering these. Where was that 10? Oh, the new city center. Okay, yeah. Let's keep clustering these up pretty well over here. Do I plateau now? Or do I instead, like, Fisher and Lighthouse? Probably gets me enough points. I guess let's Fisher and Lighthouse. Because plateau would get a big bonus were I to successfully find another Mason or another city center, so... Obviously, I could also get a seaweed field, or seaweed farm, pardon, and that would boost the lighthouse, but... The lighthouse is a fun new building. It doesn't tend to be very high impact. I think most of the new buildings they designed are kind of minimal like that, where just because it's a rare building that you have to unlock, you don't see as many of them, they don't have as big of an impact. But there's none of them. Wow, of course I get the farm. But it's still going to be a good building placement, even though it couldn't boost the lighthouse. I like the new buildings, long story short. I guess there's more I can say about it, but essentially, I like them, they're good. They incentivize playing in interesting ways. I really like the sauna. Something about the design and aesthetics and placement rules of it appeals to me. I do like buildings like the seaweed farm, like the sauna, like the dock and harbor that have spatial restrictions. Like they have to be placed on certain surfaces or in certain areas or by the water, or like masons are the same. I think buildings like that really ground your island in the physical structure of the island. So you can't just focus on, oh, where's the biggest flat section of ground? You also have to think about, you know, where are the rocks, where's the grass, where's the water, where's the fish, where's the trees, and considering all of that, I think both raises the skill expression and is fun. Now it might be plateau time. It's either plateau or harbor. .43 is a lot of fun. Maybe over here can just be the harbor zone. Maybe I don't want to go over here as much. I mean, 43 to 35, obviously the 35 is worse, but not by anything close to enough of a margin to make this a bad placement if I think this is where my houses are going to go. Now that being said, I have now created a double city center over here. So maybe this is bad, the fact that there's this pillar right in the middle, and it is going to restrict a lot of my placements, but it'll be really good for wall platforms. I guess there was also some consideration to this. That's really good. That makes a lot of valuable ground, and it's high scoring. I need a second plateau. Okay, so I guess if I'm planning to place this, then I have to go more like here, or maybe I can come off this far wall. Yeah, okay. This is obviously the play, I would say. It's at least obviously the play I'm making. And then I can just do one dock. Get bigger detection from over here. Why was that 20? Oh, the second fissure. Okay. Well... need to be really cautious, because I can't... Yeah, like, this is blocked now. I can't exactly visualize the dock. Like, I'm aware that it's just a rectangle that stretches out towards those points, but sometimes it doesn't behave like that. And I have not identified yet what the difference is. What determines... I mean, like, you just saw it flash placeable there for an instant, right? So, clearly, the solidity of this column is not necessarily a deterrent. But, like, now this is going to be unplaceable. Yeah, it's weird. I just haven't figured it out. I'm sure there are rules. Actually, if it's just going to be hanging off this edge, I should put it on this side to be more easily reached. Now, this is still totally placeable. I can actually go further in for more efficient space usage. That seems good to me. Yeah, that's pretty much flush up. Okay. Would love a second plateau. The sooner the better. It's probably time to place the first one, that being said. So I think we just take the higher score. Yeah, looking at my buildings, I don't see a way around this productively. Now again, we don't have precious metal, so I don't have to group mansions up. I could just place mansions on this plateau. Kind of hurting my circus to do so, because I have a couple houses here, but I don't think that's important, frankly. I think getting good mansions is more important than getting a good circus. Okay, so Boon with some rerolls. Well, I have a neighborly, and I have a level up. Neither of these are riveting. Neighborly would obviously have made these. City Center is a little different, but I think level up is just so much more, so many clear points no matter what I do, and I think it's like among the best S-tier boons as I was describing, so I'm happy to take it. Never going to be disappointed to just get 300 points from a boon, give or take. Yeah, 20 is really good. Yeah, working in this C here has been effective. Another lumberjack as I get the sauna is nice too. So how much do I want to encroach? Is it worth it for a 25? And that's not even tagging the sawmill above. I'm too low to get it. So if I don't take the 25, I'm doing like a low ground 13, which stays out of the way. I mean, getting in the way of my parks is going to be bad. And I'm already further forward than I probably should have gone. So I think I don't do it. I do think I saw like a 15 here. Yeah. $17. I mean, it's further back laterally. It is up here, which means that now my parks up here can't exist in this range. Yeah, from here to here just got canceled. I think that's okay though. I think there's still playable space around here and then across here, through here, maybe even up here would still be detected by monuments and hermitages. Could just place a probably 80 point if I should shuffle around a bit. Yeah, could just place an 80 point building. It unlocks more buildings. I'm missing out on 8 points for future lumberjacks, but I have already gotten 6 of them, which is... Ooh, this is fun. Huh. 93, wow. I'm tempted to go over here first, because... Oh, there's just also a 93. Okay. Just in terms of what is likely to detect each other. Like trying to keep my saunas away from each other. Thinking about placement sequence there. Things like that really are a lot of the joy of Islanders to me. It's opportunities for that level of skill expression. Where it's not even just like find the best score, put it in a good spot. It's like I have found multiple good spots. Which one is optimal to take now and why? It is fun. And there's just always more to think about, which is part of the charm of Islanders. Okay, so how do we feel about high ground trees? I think these would get blossomed, but otherwise maybe I'm gonna have a hard time tagging them. Like parks aren't gonna get them. These flowers are just brutal though. I wonder if Neighborly... I doubt that Neighborly lets Verger ignore flowers, but I'll need to check that at some point. Because that could be powerful. Pop in a Verger right here. This little island down here is, as of yet, uncovered. So I could easily fill this up with new trees. I think I'm just leaning high ground, though. I mean, it's 17 points, which is nice. I got as many trees as I could here on this little mid-ground. Second sauna already? Kind of missed that. Dang. So I did sauna block myself. All of my talk about how much I was enjoying this high-level strategy, and I wasn't even implementing it. Not successfully. But I still have this, which is very cute. Yeah. And then there'll be one down the middle that avoids them both. I think I do fishers first, we determined. It's actually the same either way. Alright, well, fishers have a larger detection radius, so let's go docks first. And I think we just snug tight up there on the edge. And then... I mean, you can't even be mad at a 28. Sure, maybe I would prefer not to. Why is this score so much higher? Even though I'm... Oh, just because the fields are offsetting the farms equivalently here. So I can get a 27, 28 in here, even though I'm getting -8, because I'm also getting, in this case, +7. Comparable to this 28 over here, which is kind of cool. feel like a 32-point hut is already pretty solid. There we go. Okay. And another city center. Okay, so optimal city center for points is like a 25. Remember, I could have a neighborly. So I could then neighborly like here or something. The really funny thing is that negative 40 is not even that bad. Like I could easily offset this. I don't think it's worth it in this particular circumstance, but I could work my way out of that pretty easily. Maybe it is just 25 o'clock. And this isn't great for fishers. It's good for huts, I guess. Versus I can do a 31 out here. It's not as much of a buildable area. Like over here, because I'm going to have a plateau down as well, feels like I might end up placing some mansions by the end of the island. This sort of feels like an artificial scarcity play, like I'm just so concerned with getting a slightly higher city center score, and then maybe a couple better fishers as well. But this being more beneficial to the city itself, I think is a higher priority. And then do I place this plateau? Or whatever variation of this I decide is optimal. Maybe this. I do have a detect up for my temple, so wherever I place my temple is going to have a big detection span. This, I think, gives me a higher odds of fitting a terrace in behind it, for what that's worth. This 64 is in square with the new city center. Another fun observation. Deciding if I even place this at all. Let me see what my huts are, because I think... Okay, so it's going to be around 30, 31 in multiple spots. Let me stay up here for right now. I think the extra couple points is not worth as much as the extra flexibility in placing wall platform here. So I could dig into these mansions. I guess the only thing bad about that is that the mansions would like a wall platform to be placed over them, but the low ground ones won't be able to detect that high up. So they seem like pretty safe placements. The core puzzle of this game is so satisfying. Just the kind of if this then that of figuring out your sequencing across the course of the island. I was wondering about a shaman. I was guessing these are just going to be bad. Yeah, I mean, I'm not saying that there's not a world where I would place like a plus 15 or 9 or whatever around here so that a couple houses would tag it, but it's not this world. So in this world, I can just take a 35 and not worry about it. Alternately, a 30 that creates some good temple space. I actually think not necessarily, or not good temple space, sorry, good mansion space. I actually think 5 points is not enough of an incentive to avoid clumping buildings together at this stage of the island. We're in the same conundrum as previously. I guess I can confirm my brickyard placement now. So basically everything over here is going to be blocking the plateau because it needs all this space unless I slide it really far in, which doesn't feel necessary or even super beneficial. I think I am going here. And this is fine. Okay, maybe I place one over there and one over here. one up here, yeah. And then one down here. That's actually pretty good. Just one high ground, one low ground. Alternately, I do have a slightly higher, similar score. 24 doesn't get me buildings, or else I would consider placing it, but I think this is just a clear high ground, low ground split. Tag either side of these buildings. And then maybe there's a double tag seaweed field to finish out the score I need. Yeah, that, I mean, yep. It works. Pyre is cool. Okay, looks like maybe a 61 is the best up there now. So 74? Should I just go ahead and place the plateau? Haven't gotten a wheat field in a while. This will get me a boon, so let's start there. Well, these are both very good. Bargaining a plateau versus just getting a terrace. I mean, they serve very similar functions, and not getting the building lock would be nice, so I guess I'll just take the terrace. But I think bargaining the plateau is defensible. And I do actually need to be aware of how I'm blocking that, because a lot of these spaces are less placeable than I would have expected. Oh, I guess I can go down here. Okay, this isn't as bad as I thought. Cool. I guess I hold these for one more score loop. Looking for a mason. I guess just a mason, really. Maybe another city center, but that does seem unlikely. Yeah, just to get 16 points from a potential mason, I guess I will hold them briefly. I have such a good score here that I don't need to utilize other things. Clumping up all these lumberjacks has already led to pretty effective scores on these pyres. I was wondering if I could get a tiny bit further away from one city center and get one extra point out of it. But so far, looks like 74 is my limit. Aha! Beautiful. And remember, this is an island that I'm trying to play quickly. Tempted to just put both these on sand, because they do go on sand. I almost always end up placing them on green space, but given the distribution of green here, I'm just going sand. And if I imagine this is going to end up somewhere like here, I'm just going to place a random hops field in the middle of this sand. There is obviously reasoning here, like I'm thinking, I guess I forgot that it scores off of seaweed farms. So really I'm going to want to place this, I guess, just somewhere in here. I can't get the third one, so. Yeah, so if I want to place like this, I guess, then I will randomly plot my field here instead. Yep. Looks random, is calculated. Now we're starting to stretch into the territory that I am concerned is a mistake. Because I guess low ground mansions are still okay. I'm concerned about running too low on mansions during pivotal stages of scoring, but I think it's fine. And this also isn't a big point impact. I think it's 2 points per field, so probably less than 20 over the course of the island. I know that it might seem silly to hold the plateau and the terrace for this long, but one mason paying out 16 points immediately would be pretty nice. Yeah, I think this is the lowest loss choice. Okay. Well, now I place them. I have so many points wrapped up in these specialty buildings. Oh. It can clip over. At least in this circumstance, at least exactly like this. I guess for what it's worth, I should try and... I know this is silly, but should try and get the points with other buildings first. So what I was trying to express on the last island, which I'm not sure, you might not have even seen that video, but it's interesting to think about multiple mills and fields and how to best utilize them. Because I could do this, right? And then I get the ability to double score fields, which is 5 points per mill per field. Versus doing this, where if I place the field ahead of time, I still get 4 points out of it, but it has to be able to tag the mill. And at some point, you run out of fields that tag the mill and don't place the previous mill into the new mill's detection, right? Because I can't place this like here without eating the negative anyway. So in this particular case, I think I do field, and then I could do mill, or I could hold it and see if this field tags, which I don't actually think it will. I think at this point we've moved too far out. Or maybe that top placement, yeah, that's detectable without getting the mill. So I need to hold this for at least one more field to maximize score out of it. Yeah, I got some good scores over here. What an achievement that they have made with this game. That's not worth placing yet. I think we are actually at plateau time. Yeah. Been holding it for a while, and I think we have reached the point of diminishing returns in that exchange. Yeah, this is worse. Okay. So I actually want this placement and then to clip over by coming down the hill. Yeah, I think you can see it kind of sliding around the edge of the mason as I work it down this slope here. Well, maybe not this time. It worked previously, though. I'll find it. Yeah. There we go. I think that brings it as far forward as permitted, because it gets right up against that mansion, by kind of slipping around the edge here. And pretty shortly, I'll need to place my second one of these, which could go here. That's pretty baller. It's a good placement for a lot of reasons. Aviary is powerful. 21. I think as much as I have enjoyed the game so far, I also think that I'm going to enjoy it more once this run is over. Because right now I'm pretty focused on recording content and getting videos prepared ahead of time for the launch. But I think I have some interesting ideas for variety content, which I need the high score mode to play with. So given that I'm in the middle of a run, I can't record them yet. But I'm going to be making plenty of videos about New Shores, many of them exploring curiosities and questions and trying to set weird, odd records. If you remember some of my older Islanders videos, if you're a long-time fan of the channel, you might remember that I used to do more content like that. I would sort of invent my own challenges and then explore them, just to test the edge cases of the game and to find interesting new strategies that don't emerge in natural play. I'm looking forward to doing that again. This is cute. And at least currently it seems like probably my best guild hall. I also don't, I mean, besides a house, there's no building here that I'm yet happy to add, so I guess let's try and remember this, but I can't make any promises. Instead of a promise, how about a terrace? Of the new buildings, terrace is maybe the one that excites me the most. It's excellent to have more control over the shape of your city. Just like it's like adding an additional wall platform, fundamentally. In many ways, it's better actually, but it's also worse in some ways. Good design. And my only concern here is how high up this platform is, but maybe something like a market would fit in there well. And it's probably gonna be too far away to be detected here, but on a house it would. And honestly, once I have some wall platforms down, houses up here are also going to be good. It's just too high up for the city centers, but that's fine. Maybe now I do take a lower shaman score in order to set up some scores up here if I end up like placing buildings in a way to boost the temple. I guess, I've been sipping this wine and I think it's affecting me to the point where perhaps I will take a break because I almost blocked wall platform possibilities for my statue. I think I'll be able to come off of this, but I was kind of imagining building off of this wall and then I just immediately covered it and too late to undo. So, okay everybody, we're back. Feeling a little more balanced today. Looks like a really good fountain here. Could also head into aviary. I think it's nearly that time. Fisher's probably pretty good already. I suppose if I'm going to be placing more mansions up here, I should do those before the fountain. So let's try and just do a Fisher. Yeah, multiple different 22s. I'll start with this one. A little more interior, seems a little likelier to get warehoused. Yeah. Good building drop, though. I think that is my last field that will be touching that mill. Now I have to go all the way around here, wrapping around the edge. Might be able to place one more field there, but yeah, no long contiguous green segments on this island. 96 that kills one tree? That feels worthwhile to me. And at some point, I will start building around here, but I don't think I have to go there just yet. I'm not gonna take this back. I don't think any boons would majorly impact that. Neighborly and sustainable would both be good. I think it's probably just sustainable. It's like my fishers have gotten pretty challenging on each other. Yeah, much of what you want to accomplish with Neighborly can also be done with Sustainable, and you get 3 charges, not 2. They're similarly powerful, though. Alternately, I could just re-roll. Having 1 Sustainable is fine, but it is a little below average, I would say. Yeah, okay. Let's re-roll. Okay, these are worse. I'll take Duplicate. I did actually think about Duplicate when I placed the sauna, because that was right here, but I think Duplicate is a good choice here. Mountain Shrine. Now, we've previously run into some issues with Mountain Shrine detection. Very aware of that. However, I would like to try and wait for a Blossom to utilize here, at least, before I Mountain Shrine. Maybe I won't wait as long as I sometimes do, because it does seem to start failing at a certain point. There are some decent placements around here. This creates a really beautiful mansion spot in the future if I need it, but maybe just getting the raw points of like a 30, 41 is worth more to me. 41 is a high score from just 1 building. Okay. Good to know that this is placeable, but 35 is also a great score. At some point, it'll be better to place these split off just for their total score value, but there's also points to be made in placing them grouped up. Just for better scoring on brickyards. So... no. I think I might end up having some houses here eventually. So I'll err on leaving that space open and just take this 5, and then maybe in the future I'll place the further away 15s. Gonna be some good scores around there soon-ish. And I guess for right now I stay on mansions. Another harbor's nice. Nice to get it so early. It'll score pretty well. Maybe extremely well, depending on how much I'm willing to gunk up this terrain, which I think is a lot. I think I'm willing to place a messy 58. I recall having some reason for not wanting to fill this C when I was playing yesterday, but it's possible that reason was not well informed. I think not every decision I made yesterday was optimal. guess let's just take this. Trying to utilize as much of this plateau as possible, even though it was placed a little bit cut into by both the terrace and the wall. So, having to be thoughtful about where to actually locate these buildings. Three fountains remaining. Okay, so I can pick up the temple, I can place these two, and then I can duplicate the temple. And I guess that being a good plan is contingent on, well, having demolish would help, but now that I know that I have the temple incoming, I can plan around it as well. So yeah, maybe it'll be good even without a demolish. I don't expect anything on this side to be placeable, but I have to do my due diligence, you know? Perhaps something like this is reasonable. We'll see. I like this one, though. This seems good for a bunch of reasons. It might even be helpful for the green area. Okay, now we duplicate temple. Nice. Honestly, getting any of these would have been fine, but I think temple has the highest upside. Do I just want like 137? I mean, that honestly seems good. I was dubious at first that this would be ready to place, but it's just not a high priority building for me anyway. May as well get the points now. The aviary is quite predictable, and in that way I certainly respect it. We've got a tough flower matchup. So yeah, there are lots of flowers around this area. How do we feel about 3 trees? I mean, it's also 13 points, but this area is very green. Not a single park down yet, no blossom, and it's still worth 90-ish points. That's nice to see. Maybe 85. Yeah. Not my tidiest dock ever. In fact, this one's really making me work even to find legal placement. Okay, so 30 out there, or 20 there, okay. $31's not even bad. We'll take a 31. And still kind of waiting for a wall platform here to build atop this plateau. Just take a 30? Or I mean, now that I have the shaman here, I guess I can just play into the 34s, and I'm already kind of blocking this area. That's probably fine. A few 20-pointers, could just take those. Could do a first wall somewhere like this or here. Could do some houses along this edge. They're not good for circuses over here, but I mean, honestly, they might be. I haven't really created a house zone yet. Lots of options that I don't feel wild about doing. Things that would be like okay placements, but maybe I'd prefer not to use them yet. I think it does have to be houses, or I have to just accept that I'm missing points on a few mansions by go ahead and placing them here. I guess let's stick to houses. Both good. Wall platform seems ideal. So something like either this or this for my temple. Let's go ahead and get a detection area increase score check going on. So we're at 306 right now on the high location, and .306 versus 349. The low placement has it. That's kind of what I expect as well. And if I do houses over here, they at least will detect it. Cool. Good wall platform. I do need some more points. Cool. Lots of fun kinda options. I guess on the same logic that this wall platform is tall enough to, I don't know, actually know if it's fitting over that city center. I'm trying to decide just if I need to wall platform over the top of the two of these, and if that'll be low enough to be detected by mansions. Because if not, I can go ahead and start placing valuable mansions through here. I just need to make score somehow. Seaweed would be a low impact way to do it. A few more houses maybe. Just commit some of these kind of middling houses around here. Yeah. That's probably fine. There will be higher scoring houses later, but I may have better house shapes by that point anyway. So I do think these houses are a good thing to place. I'm starting to group them up, which could be good for a circus eventually, and also hopefully I'll just have enough houses later to place on the surfaces that I want them on. Pyre's really nice. That'll score much of what I need, I expect. Okay, so there's 92 down on the ground. Some high 70s, or low 70s at least. 82. So I understand this is where my temple is supposed to go, but maybe I can do both. If I go 93... I mean, the temple does still fit here. My only question being, was that the good temple? And I think the good temple is going to be the one that tags that 25 point off the plateau in the top left. So this seems fine to me. I will want to do one of these, maybe a house instead, eventually, to get a little more point value there, but long story short, I think this pyre is good. And that also got me most of the points I needed, which is quite convenient. 3 hermitages now. Lots of bad options. None of these houses are really impressing me, but I guess that could be solid enough reason to just shift to placing up here or back here, or maybe the bad houses downstairs are a sign. Okay. Yeah, let's try it. Okay, only one platform from that reward, which is fine. Now, place it there, and then will not be detected by mansions. Okay. So these houses are better, but I think I'm gonna still do mansions for 2 reasons. Firstly, they need to be placed somewhere, and I'm reaching the stage where houses are generally just gonna be better. Like you're gonna preference houses everywhere that you're placing buildings. So having a good mansion spot is more valuable. They're also worth a little bit more on the temple, so difference of just a few points. Over here, maybe not the case. Maybe once the score difference does become substantial, I switch back to houses. Why is this not... Hold on. What does it catch on here? Am I catching on the dock? This dock here? Is that actually blocking me? It is very much not how I expected that to work. Well, shame, but we play on. Another wall platform instantly. You love to see it. Might go on top of this one. Might could go more like up here or just back in this corner. I think houses might still be able to tag this. So maybe... has to go way up. Yeah, at this point, the houses aren't good. And the temple is unplaceable. So what if instead... Oh, this would be pretty good. Also, legitimately, this is a good placement. I guess let's just do this one. And then work mansions in here as best we can. These low ground spots can now go to houses. Yep. immediately foiled by the bad shape. Well, that's fine. I guess it can go up here still. And up here it even jumps into alignment, so it's getting squared up with the corner more than should be allowed. Another pyre. It's nice to see. I'm probably within lunging distance of the next boon, so yeah, pretty significantly. So we'll pick that up, see how that might impact strategizing. So Demolish guarantees that I can place both temples in the really good spot, and it has some value with the level up boon. Precious is nice with the pyre that I have, but I think Demolish will be worth more in general. Alright, so now the question is, do I efficiently fill this space, or do I, as quickly as possible, cover the gap between the two? I think I'm going to try and do both. So I am going to leave a space there, but I'm also rushing over. But I'm not going to leave big gaps, because I do think I'm going to utilize all or almost all of this green space by the time the island is over. If I end up with a sustainable, this might be good. Right now it's 19 points, and then some pluses beyond that. Versus just taking like a 34. Some of these various 35s. Yeah, this isn't bad, but I don't need to place it yet. I can place the pyre since I did not choose Precious. And these city centers have become much more difficult to get line of sight to. It's kind of funny. There's still just a bunch of 70s up on the high ground, so there's also a good one down here, though. And actually, I guess I blocked these towers, so it's not going to be like a 70 anymore. Ooh. Not what I was expecting. Glad I checked, though. So that's drawing rays through this gap to these city centers. Like right along that line there, I think. That makes sense to me. Bunch of huts. Never a building you're upset to see, though, so. Okay. At this point, kind of just taking what I can find. This 21 seems less evil than the low ground one. Go 18 or 23, but in a really bad spot for me. I guess we just take the 18. Can't even be too upset about it. Okay, so I will make it in 2 jumps regardless. So do I think this I can make it in 2 jumps, or maybe if I place it here, it'll be 3 to make it all the way over. I mean, given how many buildings I still have to unlock before I even start losing the 6 pulls, I think I'm probably gonna get more than enough fields to justify that placement. Same logic here. Alternately, I could do this and get best of both worlds, but it's a little less space efficient. I could also opt into a 23 versus over here I can get a 38 and then 1 field that touches it. Okay, so we're either looking at 38, 23, it's a 15, we'll call it a 16-point difference because that 1 field that touches. So that's 4 fields that need a double count over here, which does look like it'll happen. So I think this is worth like 4 to 8 more points based on some napkin math. And I think if I do this, I can still fit a field here. And then also 1 on this side, 2 around the back, 1 right here. Yeah, this is good. I am pleased with this field decision that I have made. I think another square field will still fit right there, because the fields are a little smaller than they appear. They let you fit them into space pretty kindly. A couple other mansions to fit into this narrow space. Don't exactly remember what shape things are in back there, but just gonna place that, and then that. Seems good to me. At some point I can do one of these. Not one of these, sadly, but... I don't really have a spot in mind for this water platform yet. I could use it to expand over here. I could place it for score in a spot like this. Could use it to create some more flat land over here, but I'm not really running low on land. I mean, I would like to put it here had I not already used all of that space. I know I blocked a potential sawmill placement here that I had been checking previously, but and now I just need to place it spaced correctly. Okay. Cool. Not quite enough points, but cool. More buildings. Okay, gonna pause real quick, respond to a message. Okay. There is a little ledge right here. That's like almost enough to place a building on, but not quite. Nor is the back ledge. Disappointing. Especially given these are also the highest scores that I'm seeing. Well, I'm not going to place a -10 while I'm still holding a fortune teller, so I guess I don't need to bother finding that yet. I wonder if at some point this fountain is going to become good enough to commit. I guess all of these have missed 2 points on the mason. Maybe it would have been better. This is going to get tagged at least 5 times, yeah. So I caught that early enough to only miss 2 points off of it. Aha, another wall platform. Honestly, rich get richer, when it rains it pours, etc. So that's a bad idea. I mean, it probably just goes right here, right? Or more like right here? That seems like it probably has some good value in it. Oh. Yeah, I'm okay with that shape being there, actually. So, If I place it like here, these are still pretty good houses, and I can actually get some points out of this circus. But have I exceeded my temple's reach? Yeah, almost entirely. Okay. Do I care? Do I care? Well, let me check my boons. Okay, both very good. So bargain is kind of funny because I could use bargain and then get 5 locks and it doesn't matter because it's the final island. So bargain is kind of like an extra temple, I guess. I can just save it up until the very, very end of the island and then bargain it. And then score multiplier is a big impact for sure. My current temple is like not incredible. So let's say my final temple ends up being 300, maybe. So then 300, yeah, I mean, not like having to place these without a score multiplier or anything is the hardship. If I end up with 3 temples, I could alternately copy like a mountain shrine or something. Maybe get Little higher score. I think the score multiplier, it's like, do I want 60% of my top 2 buildings or an additional copy of my top building? And I think they're pretty close. So the 60%, I mean, call it 200 points per usage, so 400 points. Can I get a 400 point building at a bargain? No. I'm not 100% about that choice, but it does feel right. And if I want to boost my temple score more, now that I'm planning on doing 3 temples, I could just do this. And then houses are good through here, or at least okay. I can keep going up this wall too with my next one. And a lot of what I place here will be temple detected. So yeah, that seems okay. I think on top here is also defensible, but hey, this is still placeable. Cool. I need another wall platform before I can circus. I guess it's just houses. I mean, I was kind of considering what else I could do, but score-wise, the house seems like the front runner. And I need this corner slot for the fountain. Come on. There has to be a way to place this so that it jumps and I can... Yeah, okay. And okay. Can you be wiggled in? Yep. Yeah, this seems good to me. That seems like a near optimal placement. Yeah, I was concerned that might end up blocking. Well, that's fine. That placement looks totally good to me. Cool. Another city center. Wow. Good little pack of buildings, honestly. The seaweed farm is also a relief. It opens me up to placing seaweed again. It's been so long. So... do something like this and then place to fill this gap. Alternately, I could take a lower score and continue opening up this direction. I think these rocks kind of block me either way. So the rocks are unideal. I'd love to be able to place somewhere closer to this area, but it seems like I kind of can't. So in light of that, let's try and make this work. Yeah, okay. This worked out well. I was able able to find a good pattern for fitting those mostly together. I do wonder if this might be a time for wall platform, or water platform, sorry. But I don't see exactly where or how that could work, unless this is placeable. And I think this is all solid because of the harbor. I think. Various like 26, 28 sort of scores. 25, 22. Yeah. Just take that. And honestly, placing these fields is probably not good in fortune teller terms, but I'm still doing it. So, to place this guy just for score, could get a 36. 36 seems like probably peak. So, alternately, I could wait for neighborly. That doesn't seem good, though. I mean, 45 out here? It's probably getting a little difficult to hut anywhere but on my temple platform, but... How do I... Yeah. Unfortunately, I can't use that space, of course, so... But I will find something comparable somewhere. Pretty good 24. 26 all up in the cluster. 33, that's what we like to see. Now, I can certainly get one boon. I might be able to get two, but let's just grab the one real quick. I'm not leaving that. Both pretty good. Is this the island where I try and temple max and just slam another statue right there? I mean, I have functionally 3 temples. I took the bargain, right? No, I took the score multiplier. Okay, okay. So, just slamming a statue right here for minus 60 or whatever. I mean, it's not bad. And I've kind of filled... I think it's either reroll or statue. I don't think it's Verger, so I guess we just take statue. Okay, so statue can either be like 84 points and then boost the scores over here, or it can be negative 53 and boost my temple. Temples, I should say. So the temples do offset 60 points immediately. But that still leaves 70 points to be recovered, more or less. Well, for right now, I'll hold it. And I'll try and re-roll into a Blossom, because that'll be a big score impactor as well. Haven't been getting many mansions lately. Whew. There we go. I guess I just place whatever the highest score is. It doesn't seem like I'm going to fit 2 here. The only other consideration would be enabling this wall. Which is a nice wall. I mean, it's right by my temples. It's 21 points. $31 points. Yeah, okay. Let's do it this way. And I was hoping that that would be low enough down that my houses up here wouldn't make a problem of it, but they do. Still lots of great house spots, though, I will say. Three fields. It's probably above average in terms of point value at this point. I mean, it absolutely is if these are the kind of scores I'm getting. 46-point building at this stage of the island. And I got 3 of them back to back to back. Trying to visualize what shapes I'm counting on. This is an unideal outcome. Yeah, I'm playing the hand I'm dealt. Okay, there's a mansion. Okay, zoom out, scroll back. Let's see where in here mansions can go. And then I can fit a long L and a short L, and that's efficient mansion placement, I think. I think that area is good. Now this spot could be 2. This spot here actually cannot possibly be filled by 2 houses. There's no combination that does that. I could try and leave a spot of some sort open for my tavern, which does seem wise, so yeah, let's just take the 24, and then in the future I can place this. Pleased with how that turned out. I don't think a 2x2 building will fit there, unfortunately, but I'll try. I love that that's like not even a bad fountain, really. There's lots of good fountains throughout my city. But not what I'm placing right now. Right now I'm out of double placement spots here. So I have 1, 2, maybe 3, 4 fields left total. And then my fields are not going to score my big section anymore. Unless I place like a green wall platform right on the outside here, which might actually be good points. We'll see how many fields. You know what? I'm going to hold that field on the off chance that I end up doing that way down the line. Doesn't seem likely, doesn't seem impossible. And in the intervening time, let's get... No, I was going to just nail the final boon, but I actually, once I loop it, I don't want it to start giving me 5 buildings. I think I'm going to take my next building draw naturally. But what to place to accomplish this goal? I had a guild hall somewhere around here in mind, didn't I? I think I messed up my guild hall. There is still somehow a 56 here, though. Taking massive negatives, but... Oh, 66. Okay. So, if I don't do 66, where am I looking? Water platform right here for 48. It's not ideal, not a great score. Weirdly, I am tempted to just slam the 66. I mean, it's not a good score, but I don't know if it's getting much better. Could do something cursed like this, just a 24-point circus. That's kind of low ground central for the purpose of fish kites. I would really aspire to better for my circuses, but... Alright, let's just take a 66 and not feel great about it, but... I don't know how much better it's gonna get. Maybe a wall? Okay. $180 points in 6 buildings, so 30 points a building, more or less, 6 times. I guess this little lip there, because this seems pretty snugged in. Hey. I think if I place walls, I can do it this way. So maybe let's try it, see how it goes. I don't think the seaweed field is going to be good enough. Okay, I remember there is a 31. Because it detects the city center. Oh. Okay. Then... $46 seems quite good. Then a simple 40. I'm a simple man, I see 40 points, I click the mouse. And then here, I suppose, is my 6th building. Which was my number 2 tie or beat, so... just in terms of fortune teller value. Not seeing anything too promising here. Not seeing anything placeable. But honestly, this side does not inspire confidence. That 37 that stretches so much further is tempting, but... doesn't seem super... Oh. Okay. Yeah, up the wall there, of course, of course. The old up the wall. Okay, well now I need 170 points in 6 buildings. So... so that seems challenging, without placing some high value stuff. Let me just get my last boon, I guess. Or my last original score loop boon, at least. Journey's End? That's new. Blossom. Exactly what I was looking for. I do wonder if you continue getting 6 buildings on the last island. Because it doesn't say you don't. Which I know is a little oversimplified or reductionist to be like, well, it doesn't say you don't, but maybe. Am I gonna wait for more verdure? Or do I want to just go ahead and hit the 56 pointer, 58 pointer, 60 pointer? I think it's too valuable to get most of these trees that are far away from the lumber, so I think we'll have to settle for 56. Because blooming these trees is worth less to me. Just being frank. Okay, so I could now just slam this with a score multiplier. That is worth a lot. Alternately, very much could just be statue time. that's going to be, yeah, over 100 points, and I don't think statue's going to improve very much, if at all, so kind of sad that it doesn't get me buildings, but it's close. Hermitages can go all around here for pretty good scores. So we will figure those out in a bit. The perpetual issue of needing to place a park that doesn't harm any of the natural ecosystem, but is still worth 29 points. That might have been 5 buildings. Okay, blossom trees, flowers. Yeah, this, I'm missing 1 point per house and mansion that I continue placing, but I think the value is here. So I'm not going to place 2 of these immediately, but I do want to check and see that. So far, I'm not getting the minus 50. Still not. Still not. So this is strange. I don't exactly know what to make of not being more penalized. I am going to score multiplier my first one and then quickly place my second. So what else do I want to place first? Parks are just 1 point. I think the city center trade there is better. Or I did not use the right words there. So it's worth +1 points on the mountain shrine for each park that I place, but unlocking more buildings before placing the parks will boost my fortune teller. And I actually think that's going to be a higher net exchange, because these are worth 3 points each just while I hold them. So I actually don't think I place anything, or maybe just a hut, because the hut's 2 points. Okay, so that'll be +2 on the mountain shrine, and nothing else is ready to be placed yet. So let's hit it. I'm only going to get to score multiplier 1 of these because, well, I was about to say because my temple's worth more, but I'm not certain it is. It's 240 right now. Versus this is 350, right? Or 300. Will I get more than 100 more points on my temple? I think so. Probably. If I get another wall platform right here, then I definitely will. Because I might just do my wall trick across the wall platform. Place 3 walls up there, that's 30 more points. I mean, yeah, let's do 1 score multiplier mountain shrine. So we're looking at 512 or various 400s. Okay, so 512, and then before it has time to think about it, 304. Those did not penalize each other, or the second one was not hurt by the first, I guess. So we take those. Another wall platform. That's what you love to see. And that is giving me 5 buildings. Okay. So it does still decrease. That makes sense, even though it saddens me. Okay, increase area for the temple goes pretty hard. That's actually Oh, because I quit out, I can't undo it now. Man, I really need to get better discipline about pressing escape, because escape causes your undo to be reset. Okay, so I should have probably score multiplier the second one of these. I'll get to score multiplier a market or a hermitage or something instead, but I totally should have placed one, and then even with the 50-point penalty, if that happened, which, you know, so far their detection has been a little chancy. It's been a little shoddy. So that's a little bit of score loss. No huge deal. I mean, I only have 2 mansions and 2 houses. There's just not that much for me to place. Placing houses here is good, but the mansions are low scoring. I mean, I have 2 temples to score, so getting some walls up here would be big. I can probably do 3 across. Yeah, we'll go for it. Okay. Oh, yeah, now it's probably a fortune teller. And this is going to be... Okay, so I can just score boost this, and maybe I missed out on 40 points or something, but... Because 262 will probably beat monuments and hermitages. The hermitage might be close. Lots to think about, but I think in this case I am gonna score boost the fortune teller for a 430. Yeah, I'm fine with the 430. That is an acceptable score. Plus now knowing that both of my temples will be increased range, that's going to be effective. Because I do have a little bit more sprawl to my city since I'm building around the backside here. I'm glad that I doubled up this city center. I mean, partly that is what caused me to build on that side more, but... Ooh... Is for me? More wall platform? Lots of fun things I could do with it. I think I'm gonna start here. And then luckily get the next mansion shape I need immediately. You love to see it. Mansion. I actually don't even know if that's worth placing at this point. Also still have 3 fountains, so have some pity. So mansions get in place, or sorry, the temple's getting placed here. So maybe I want a mansion there, actually, but I can encroach on this little edge here. And this back edge here to a degree. Tempted to take the 37s, actually, huh? Because it's like 7 points more on each hut. Ugh, wish I could, but... Because I'm finding like 30, 31 is my best hut elsewhere, so... They don't boost the temple. But it is 6 or 7 extra points per... I saw that I placed a 40 and then it jumped over, so I got spooked for a second, but we're fine. And then I won't take the corner segment. Unless I already did. No, we'll undo that. Okay, I guess I can do other stuff first. Now that we have successfully placed our fortune teller, I can start being a little looser with what I place in what order. And this being green does mean I could try my trick over here, but that doesn't seem like the higher scoring play. I do think it would score some points. I think it would be pretty good, but maybe not optimally good, you know. Trying to leave plenty of space here. I guess I can use a tavern to check. Okay, so there is space. Yep. And I think enabling this circus has some value to me. So let's go here. And I'm not going to place these yet because the temple will hate them, but at least now I get some points out of my circuses. I think I'm just gonna pull one of these and I can probably, yeah, get some doubles and some triples, or at least get doubles on this side and a double right there. Just might take a little hunting around to fit both of these. Oh, that's so close. Dang. You know, if I had done a little more thought first, I could have placed the first seaweed field to see what the second shape is. Seeing that I had two of the large triangles, I could have placed this turned out a little more and maybe been able to get more double contact in. I don't know for certain that would have worked, but it's good to know that that is information I could have acquired. I did find a different double into double, so that ended up working out fine, but... You know, I think I don't want to get like shrink building wall house if I reroll, you know, but I think there are enough options that are enough better than these two Okay, not terrible. How much is neighborly worth to me? So when evaluating the score that I can gain from neighborly, it would be easy to think that neighborlying 2 monuments is like plus 100 points, you know, because it's minus 100 for the monument. And maybe your best monument's going to be right here, and then your second best one right here. And like, that's powerful. But the actual truth is that these will not be your 2 best monuments if you don't have neighborly. If you don't have neighborly, your 2 best monuments will be like here and here or something. So you don't need to compare this minus 100 as the actual score that you're generating. You need to compare this, right? It's like it's not zero sum, so you need to actually look at when you place the monuments not impacting each other, how many points can you still get out of them by smart neighborly usage? I could neighborly this 30 into a 63, or this minus 3 into maybe even more. This is like 67 points. And also on the walls, it's 35, which can be nice. So then I could place them in real tight proximity. Fit all 4 up here. It's silly, it's not bad. Yeah. Alright, my last boon of this run is going to be a neighborly. Locked in. Oh, was not holding the right building. That explains so much. Ugh, this score is so good. Definitely better than I was expecting. Okay, let me get a 44 there so it jumps. And then hopefully I can still place an L-shaped building here on the corner and then fit my temples. Hopefully. And I might also have room for another house right there. Kind of looks like I do. Or alternately for some 35s. I really kind of want to leave that space. I know that it's 4 or 5 points per hut, though. Maybe I can think about these 2, or I guess these 2. Yeah, so there are some spots where I can put huts out here that aren't super disruptive. Oh, and I saw a 37. Okay, so I can get my good huts up here. They're just weird. Wrong building. Wrong location. That's better. Okay, that probably blocks me. Yeah. So I can't go that far. Can I go that far? Sweet. get the 33 and jump into the corner. Didn't I have... Yeah, I had a 30 right here without neighborly or sustainable or anything. So that's fun. Mansion, good. Double Mason, very good. I'm a little low on space, but I do have the range extenders, so let me confirm that that gets tagged. See how much further I can go. Well, not much further, but a little bit. Okay. So let's fit them both in there. And in light of that, I'll place the first one really low. Yeah, I could probably fit another pair that would still get the ranged detection. This is getting pretty valuable. I can't place it yet because of the temples, but at some point that'll be good. Lots of things I could do here, but I'm trying to think about prioritization. Make smart choices. Okay, so that super blocked me. Thankfully this is still all placeable, but what was it about that that super blocked? I guess I can't, it needs to be the small L, because this doesn't even reach the back wall. Okay. Well, needing it to be the small L certainly delays it. This seems pretty good. I wonder if that's... Nah. Not going to be a problem for my resort oases. I suppose let's start parking. Thinking about what we would wait on. I don't know, seems like it's the time. And we just accept as we gradually kill stuff. I also need to think about where I'm fitting 3 of these. Okay, so one goes right here. And that's a spot I need to be careful with. So it'd be very easy to block that, I'm sure. Like I might have just done. Okay. So that's one spot. And then the second one right here, and the third one just up here, or could do a little bit of this sort of shenanigans. That's +5. Yeah, that easily gets detected. Cool. Yeah, okay, we'll just go up here with the third one. I can't quite tell if this is a full square park across, but I think it might be. If so, that is fortunate. Yeah, it is. Cool. Another wall platform. And it's green. I mean, I'm already not using all the ones I have here. Do I want to create... I also have 3 markets and 4 warehouses. So putting stuff on those is very valid. I have not been leaving myself a lot of options. I'm glad these big chunks are wide enough. Maybe just... Ta-da! Deeply cursed city, so many layers deep. I just don't have any houses or mansions to place up here. It's like, what am I waiting on? You know, how long am I really going to sit here? Versus just enabling this, or I guess this is better. Cool. Oh, glad I checked. I guess this overhanging lip is so significant that I would need to go further down to get beneath it, and then I bet the temple's not placeable. Oh, it still is. Cool, okay. So I could mark it, and mark it, and mark it, and just either eat the negatives or use the neighborlies to get through them. I could go market with a neighborly, and then do my next market on my next wall platform. Lots of fun things to ponder. Well, with 2 mills, I think I probably do... Okay, let me see if I can get it all here. So if I do 51, then that can't detect. Dang. So also I could do 43, but it's only a 1-point difference. So I think I place this and this. And then a 59 feels pretty good. I'm just gonna place them out, actually. I don't think a wall platform's ending up over here upon further reflection. So what are some placement options now? 25, 18, 35. Bad. Okay. So at some point I can get 35 points there. Because I can't do any more wheat fields, unfortunately. Could also, instead of 35, do 19 and then start a small field back here, but that seems like a net loss. I guess I would just place it down here and then place the mill up there whenever I go through with it. All right, so 86 is the score to beat. 76 is nice, but a bunch of 70-ish scores. 97 that I saw flash for a second. That can't be right. Okay, 98 it is. Wow. Surprising double score spot. Small mansion is literally perfect. So I can place it there, and then... And now the temple's not placeable, so that's awesome. So we'll take that back. Okay. Huh, I guess I can't put a building there. Well, that's okay. No real harm done. I could just place mansion in this interior. I could continue waiting for a house to place in there. I think I'm okay waiting a little bit more. And just take some of these easy scores over here. Alright, let's give this wall tech a shot. So, if I want to place without neighborly, I bet I can fit 3 up here. Let's check that. No, just 2. Okay. So how many neighborlies do I want to use? How many walls do I really want to cram onto this platform? And is it worth just eating the minus 35 once and then using 1 neighborly and then placing 1 that's just naturally far enough back? I kind of think that'll be fine. I guess since I just placed that first wall, let me confirm. Okay. Now we'll take a 19. Double check temple. We are all good. Now we neighborly. Now we neighborly. A 57 or a 60. And then the next one doesn't need a neighborly. It can just be 54. Oh, I have 3 temples now. When did that happen? I missed that. Okay, cool. A house. That's good to see. Oh, I guess all these walls were a mistake if I was planning to place a house in here. That's pretty clear in retrospect. Mistake on my part. Still 24 points, but would have been 30 without these walls, so 25 points. Okay, and these walls might have even scored it too. So yeah, I did those out of order. Shame. Now we'll go 54. And yep, temple fits for 311 points so far. At some point I can do like this too. I mean, I do have 4 towers. Lots of stuff to place. Let's get back to walls. And I was thinking about if I do like one monument right here and then one right here. Maybe even try and go a bit further. Yeah, what if I... In a minute, I'll kill the stuff through there, and that'll start demarking out a space. That does mean that I don't need this beautiful central space, because I'm just going to go like here and here instead. Okay. This is all a bit speculative unless I actually wanted to sit and do a bunch of tree math, which I do not. Oh, I can't do that. That's a hermitage spot. Almost got myself. Well, maybe I can. Maybe that's placeable. Hold on. I mean, tight fit, but... Maybe? Believer? Nope. And then I wanted one sort of right here. Okay. So I can probably do a straight park right there, but I still have 20 more of these to place. Now when I look at this monument, I'm imagining a second monument like here. Okay. Now let's double check this. Okay. Another mason goes wild with triple temple. And yeah, I'm just trying to avoid killing trees at this point. That's like my primary concern. I also do have 16 more parks, so Gonna need to use some less than optimal spots, I'm sure. Oh, I bet I haven't left a monument space here. Might almost be time to just place these. I guess I can do a little bit more parking in here, but... all of this is taken up. So if I kill 2 trees of the park, it's a net negative. So yeah, I guess mostly it's like I can place kind of these awkward straggler ones. So I don't think that'll... yeah, that's well out of the problem range. And... can't really place up there. Might be time. Or at least it's almost time to place the hermitages. About to be so hermetic. I just love 10 parks to place. I mean, is what it is, right? I think I place this one first because it detects a bunch of stuff without killing very much stuff. Like it scored off of all these trees and flowers prior to my next one killing them. Oh, I hope this is still placeable. I don't think I changed anything. Maybe just my placement orientation is not correct anymore. Okay, well, I can't really undo it, so... oh, okay. Obviously still placeable. Wasn't even worried. Lots of houses is good. Points is good. I guess to that merit, maybe killing all of these trees this early in the island is not worth it. Like I'm leaving a lot of other buildings that I could place instead, while in reality getting shamans or another mountain shrine would really care about me still having these trees. So that might have been a sequencing error. Another lighthouse, a little late in the game, but we take those, I guess. I mean, with this kind of score, we definitely take it. Almost 100 points. I don't think I've had a lighthouse break 100 points yet, so 98 is excellent. And it's even like kind of a fun, thematically appropriate spot. Okay. Just gotta find a masonable spot. There's probably one somewhere, right? One little accidentally still open spot. Yeah, I mean this... Bringing it as close as I can. That'll get detected for sure. It's even detected by the one that doesn't get a range up, so that's cool. Then maybe we do one of these. And one of these. I guess if they're going to detect each other anyway, I should just take the full negative to get a better placement. Huzzah! The one shape I would actually place. I could just take an 80 something, as long as it's far enough out that the temple doesn't care. And it is. The temple does not care. Another house. Nope, I misclicked. Did not mean to place that. A house would score better here, but given the size constraint and everything, plus I still have this house spot that also needs that highly specific shape. Yeah, getting up to like 300 points a spin and still having all these buildings feels good. It is costing me 300 points a lap, so I won't be able to sustain this for much longer. Okay, so that's forming through the wall will probably get detected by temples. I'm also nearly at the point of just going for the meme and just placing one good one that has spacement, that has... I'm so sorry. I'm almost at the point with my walls where I can just place them using the meme technique. It's like I can't block a lot of my more valuable spots. There's a wall that terminates back in there that I might be able to form an end onto. But for 30 points, I'm not sure it's worth doing. Okay, it was being detected. So it's 20 points on temples as well. I guess in that case it is worth it. It's a 48. Okay. And then I can just take infinite 42s forever once I place one of these. I mean, 42 is good. I think I'm committed enough to the temple that I will place that one. But I'm glad to have created my score-enabled zone now. Lots of almost good enoughs. I am a little hesitant to place these since the temples dislike them, and I'm almost ready for temple time. But I do need to score points somehow, and I guess it's just going to be final hermitage. I think historically this has been the orientation that I've successfully been able to place it in. I did see it flash for a second. Okay. Well, we'll take this. But yeah, I'm having some hardship making it around the loop, and I'm getting like 300 points a building, so. I did also... Oh, nope, this is just placeable. Cool. And then... Did I block myself out here? Nope. Cool. They're both like just barely placeable, but they are both placeable and they don't contradict each other. Okay, how am I getting another 200 points? Might have to do more than a little bit of this sort of placement. Which does make me wonder if my lumber is too close. If it would have been better to have worse lumber scores, but better parks now. Quite possibly not. Because those lumber points were meaningful, especially early on. You know, let's take this spot first. Yeah, a green wall platform that I could dedicate to these parks would be really lovely, but I don't know how likely that is, especially at this point. A few more along this edge here would still get detected. I don't, well, I guess vertically it does also have detection, so. Ta-da! And then I also have this. Pretty good. So yeah, green area, successful score, for sure. Look at how much sprawl there is on the island. This might be the most covered island that I have so far, which would make sense. It's not green. Oof, I almost almost crashed out. I mean, it would be strictly good to have a green one, but now where do I want to create another market spot? I guess we need to think about warehouses, which means we have to think about, well, yeah, because the brickyard's not going here, because this has to be circuses. So the brickyard's going here. It might just about be time to just slam some temples. I know I always say that and then continue playing without placing them for a while, but we are definitely nearing the point. Okay, gonna step away for a second. Okay, I'm back. So I guess I was resolving my warehouses. That was my next task. Okay. So, somewhat annoyingly, I am going to have to check every one of these, but that one's clear. Okay. It's hard to get a low enough placement. I mean, 45 is pretty good. It's not like wildly good, though. I guess it would be better just like back here. Maybe best in the little gap between. Is that doable? It looks like probably not. Okay. This is pretty darn good, though. I did see like an 81 too, so let's poke around a bit more. Where on earth could that have been? Well, we'll take a 75. I mean, no complaints here. If a 75 is what it is, 75 is what it is. That will almost certainly get detected, but I guess we should check. Because if I can place a 75 now, I want to. Sweet. That's 2 good warehouses out of detection. Honestly, the 54 is pretty good too. Nice. Weird little cluster of stuff here, but it's scoring pretty well. I probably should have used that wall platform for houses and mansions somewhere else instead, but too late now. I think there should be a, yeah, pretty good 23 up in here. Oh, it's close. I'll get it. Cool. I wonder if that's actually better to place over here so I can group up my fields on it. Or if I should do... wait a minute. This is actually going to be pretty good. Like, just take the 18, that's plenty good. And now I can get a 39, which is already better than the 35. And I'm going to have a bunch of adjacent fields. Nice. I'm glad I thought about that. It's kind of deranged, but it's 19 points. Not a bad score. These buildings are challenging me right now. Because another wall platform would totally revolutionize their scoring potential. But also I need 100 points. is a classic tower placement error. I could probably have put this one down first. I didn't follow my own advice. I did not go with the highest tower first. This is 120 right here. Jeez. 108. I mean, I guess... I think this is placeable. I think this does not block my temple. So I have a 90 to place later. I can't do it yet, but... I'm gonna place that and then immediately temple check. Okay. That works. I guess I just want the 36, but I have to wait until after the temple. I want a wall platform for these. Markets are boom, boom, and currently the third one's just bad. I guess here. But I have to wait on those until after all of my temple. And I wish I could just place one of these to shuffle my shapes, if nothing else, but I don't really have that option. Yeah, I mean 14 seems good enough, worth placing. I think 14 is worth placing at least. $30, $21, $20. These are good walls, but they pale in comparison to 42. Is it temple time? It's starting to feel like temple time. Yeah, I think it's temple time. So the first one just gets placed. And then demolished. So 351. Lots of buildings on this here island. That kind of shortcuts the scoring. I was wondering if it would, but building's wild. Okay, so now we just keep going. So I definitely should have score multiplier that, but I guess using them earlier does accelerate your island in a beneficial way. I feel like playing the house should be correct. I don't know for sure that it is, but it would sit right in my soul if it was. I don't think it's right though. I tempted to take a 24. I'm basically holding all this just for a wall plateau possibility, or wall platform, pardon. But maybe it would be better to use it for, I guess I can just place this actually. That's not going to be temple detected, so. Okay, now I do have to place another temple. So, increase area for 825 points. There is definitely some tech you can do as well where, okay, so my next two score laps are going to be 325 and 330, right? I think that's how it scales up. So together, that's 655. And I need 320 minus 62 points here, which is 242. So I need 897 points to level up twice more. So if I make about 100 points before I place this, because here's what I'm trying to calculate. I want to place this and then be right at the start of a new lap so that when I destroy it, I lose a huge amount of points. And I don't have to destroy it right away. That's the answer. I don't have to destroy it right away. I can wait until I'm right at the start of a level anyway. Duh. Okay. I don't need to do the math ahead of time. Nice. I mean, at this point, plateaus are not nice. They don't score well anymore, but... So I should be like 70 points short of the level. So if I end up at 260 approximately, then my math has been reasonable. Yeah, okay. I might have counted a little off, but I think I said if I make 90 points though, right? Or I made 100 points. So yeah, 100 would have put me right over the... I guess my math was correct the first time, and then I just misread my notes just now. Okay, not a lot of valuable plateau space. I might place it sort of in lieu of a wall platform as a way to score these mansions. Like just place it here and then do mansion adjacency across 2 of these. I even have 5 mansions to place, so... So is that good? Versus what? I mean, what else am I doing with it? Yeah. $23 up top, 23 or 4 down below. We like to see a 24 pointer. It's just this narrow little area here where some really high scores are still possible. I will say needing 7 more points here is kind of brutal. Yeah, let's just do this, I guess. Yeah. I don't know, I might need all the space I can get. Oh, they're on different heights, so I'm not going to be able to cross the gap. That's fine, though. I don't need to cross the gap to double score them. Oh. Maybe I want to go ahead and do the destroy trick? Maybe? Do I want to complete another lap? I mean, I need 300 points and 335. And 3 towers will probably be close to that. I'm gonna do 1 neighborly tower at the end. Should be pretty good for my score. $95? $105? I mean, 105 seems pretty darn good to me. And then I may not need to do the neighborly one yet. So I could take another 42. I don't know if I'm topping that. 42 is a really good wall score. Can I go around one more time? I don't know if I can go around one more time. And so perhaps it will be better for me to place my third best. I'm trying to think what my lowest scoring building is going to be, basically. And I think it's probably my third best circus up here. And then I'll do one here and one here. I guess even with the negative, the 47 is still better, so... Extra fish kite is good. I think at this point, it's time to demolish. Either that or the neighborly tower, because the neighborly tower is 130, 140 here. Okay. So let me check if that, yeah, okay, it still fits. Okay. Yeah, it is +8. Cool. Okay. Okay, I think we want to do one more score loop. That does mean placing some big budget, big hitters. Okay, I need 12 points and I'm going to get 19. How about instead if I go... $10 and 19. Seems good to me. Oh, it has to be exactly 19. All right. Cool. So now I can gain 674 points from one level up. I mean, that's excellent. Sauna's excellent. Love to see it. We can still get 833. When I say sauna's excellent, I mostly mean this is going to be a higher score than an average building at this stage of the island. It's not the absolute highest scoring building I could get, but it is a luckier option. So I see 76. So far, the couple of 76s that I found seem to be the winners. It's wild how high of a score this would be if it were a valid placement. Just by scoring all these houses, really. Oh, and the huts are 3 each. Oh. I wonder if I should be, in general, more considerate of placing huts lower to enable sauna locations. I'll keep it in mind. Do we want 23 or 43? So 43 is going to be, will I get 20 adjacency points at a place in this year? I mean, I get 16 just from these two. Then the house brings it above 20. I mean, that makes a pretty compelling case by itself. Okay. I'll do the right thing. 260 points. Oh. I don't have any boons. I startled myself there, but I'm literally just out of boons. That's why there's no icon down there. So I'm never going to use a boon again in this high score run. It's sobering. I guess the run's essentially over. Kind of snuck up on me. I don't think anything else will come close to this given my market, or given my warehouse placements, but looking around a little bit, yeah, just has to be this nice central location. Nice. So 160 seems pretty good to me. There are multiple 160s, but also like a 110 up here. They probably don't even contradict each other. That's good to know. $130? Wonder if I can maybe get that market, but not the temple. Seems like no. Okay, well, I'll take a 130. Alternately, let me just finish this score loop with smaller buildings. Then I'll have more information to inform my next decisions. 26, 21, 23. Oh, wait a minute. I have an excellent tavern for you. Might just have to be up here to avoid all the industry down below. And there might be slightly better scores somewhere, but probably not. Okay, 33 is my score to beat. $33 seems easily my best bet. Okay. Then my highest scoring water platform will be a 17, it would seem. And last but not least, we have a easy 14. Yeah, seems like it's just a 14. I can also get a 14 here. Might be a little more aesthetic. All right, this is the end of my 20th island in Islanders New Shores, my very first high score run. Let's get a full pan going on here. Today is July 9th, so Islanders New Shores releases tomorrow. I'm very excited to have competition on the leaderboard, to have other people sharing their high score strategies. So if you have watched and enjoyed any part of this series, go ahead, drop me a like, and if you want to leave a comment down below about the kinds of Islanders New Shores content you'd like to see from me in the future, I am very open to suggestion. That being said, I am curious if I'm going to get end of island scoring. We get to see those points trickle in. I think this island has become emblematic of the style that I've been playing in through all of my late islands. One really clustered up city area with a lot of verticality, prioritizing the temple as your high score building, having a separate greenery zone, and then a separate sort of industry zone, and having the greenery and the lumber be split. This is the closest together I've ever had them, and it kind of worked. These parks along the edge were bad, but I don't really have anywhere else to place good parks, so not sure how much I actually missed out on there. But this is the end of my high score run. Let's see if I get a special reward and also end of island points. Ooh, cool temple facade. And the credits. Built by the station. Bunch of cool people. Did good work here. All right, and now we can end the run. Okay, I think the final island does not award you end of island points. I'm really glad that I prioritized island 19. So there is my true final score, 835,070. This has been a lengthy but fun process, and I am excited to continue a new game now without the pressure of building this particular high score, record some more variety content. So hope you enjoyed, hope you had a good time watching, and have a nice day.